Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to do another subscriber requested video. So I've had two people request this now. It's been a little while ago, but I was asked to make a video about the unicorns in my collection. And yeah, I've got a bunch. Most of these are unicorns because they are all discontinued or have been reformulated, and they're very, very difficult to find. And if you can find them, they're very, very expensive. So I've got quite a few here. I'm gonna start with Dior fragrances. I've got a lot of Dior fragrances that I consider to kind of be unicorns. I've got a whole bunch of different formulations of Miss Dior Cherie, but I just went ahead and pulled out just the original Miss Dior Cherie. So I am super lucky to have a big, huge tester bottle of the original Miss Dior Cherie. My bottle came out in 2005. This is an absolute unicorn in my collection. It's got the notes engraved on the side. It's just a beautiful, big 3.4 ounce tester bottle. It still smells incredible. It hasn't even changed even in the slightest. I absolutely love this perfume. And yeah, I've got a whole bunch of different formulations of this. I've got the Eau de Toilette that came out, I think, in 2007. I couldn't even tell you. I've got 5 or 6 different versions, and I didn't want to pull them all, but I just want to pull the OG. And this can just speak for all of them. So yeah, this is an absolute unicorn in my collection. I adore it. I cherish it. It's phenomenal. Okay, the next unicorn I have is my original formulation of Dior Addict. My bottle is from 2002. I actually need to start using this. I think that this will last a very, very long time. It is 20 years old at this point. It still smells amazing. It still smells amazing. It smells perfect. It smells absolutely perfect. It hasn't changed in the slightest. It hasn't gone off. A lot of that has to do with this dark blue bottle and then the tonka bean in this, which will preserve it for a really, really long time. So yeah, I use my new formulation of Addict before I'll use this one, just because I've only got about a third of a bottle left of this. This is phenomenal though. The new formulation is still phenomenal. Do not get me wrong. It still smells so good, but this one is more complex. It's smoother. It's so good. This is an absolute unicorn in my collection. It's funny because I really wasn't even looking for a bottle of this. I was just scrolling through Mercari one night and somebody had this listed. And they didn't really know what they had. They just, it was almost like they just had an old bottle of perfume that they were trying to get rid of. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but it was ridiculously cheap for what it is. It was like somebody that didn't, that just wasn't into fragrance and didn't really know what they had. So I just got super lucky with this one. So anyways, that is Dior Addict. And then I've got the original formulation of Hypnotic Poison. I'm not totally sure when my bottle's from, but my bottle still says Christian Dior on the front instead of Dior. Yeah, I can look it up. I just haven't. I have before, I just haven't in a while. You can always tell the original formulation though, because it's got a red band around the neck instead of a gold band like the newer formulations have. Yeah, this is an amazing fragrance. The original Hypnotic Poison is phenomenal. So I've got that one. I've also got Midnight Poison. This one, my bottle isn't in super good shape. Like the bottle on this one has not aged very well. It's like they used some kind of I don't know. They used some kind of like a plastic coating on this one, which is really weird. This one came out in 2005, I think, or maybe even 2007. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is beautiful rose and patchouli, but it's like a sweet, kind of bright rose. I don't know, but but it's kind of dark. It's a dark fragrance. It's so good. I love this one. This was another Mercari find that this person did know what they had though, but I still got it for a really good price. I want to say $40 or $45. Not bad, and it's over half full. So Yeah, I love this one. I cherish it. It's definitely one of my unicorns. So that is Dior Midnight Poison. This one I'm not going to spend a ton of time on because I just talked about this in my What I Wore Last Week video. This is Acqua di Gioia Essenza. This is another one. You can still find bottles of this floating around out there. It's just, it's becoming much more scarce and they're getting really, really expensive. I've had this bottle for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years now. So I've had it for quite a while. And I love it. This one, this is the best, in my opinion. This is the best formulation of Acqua di Gioia. It just smells amazing. This one's sweeter. This one's got mint in it, lemon. I think the original one has mint in it too, though, and lemon. So the only difference in the notes that I found with this one is the sugar in this. So I think this one's just a little bit of a sweeter version. So anyways, that is Armani Acqua di Gioia Essenza. Okay, another one. This is an absolute unicorn because I remember when this perfume first released and I wanted it so badly just for the bottle because I thought it was the most beautiful bottle I had ever seen in my life. And this fragrance, okay, let me tell you what we're talking about. This is Alexander McQueen, just McQueen Parfum. If I remember correctly, this only launched, or this only released in Harrods in London, I believe, when it first came out. It took it quite a while for them to start releasing this like worldwide. This was back when feathers were all the rage, and I thought that this was the coolest bottle I'd ever seen with these, it's like this black bottle with these beautiful gold feathers, and the feathers are really quite detailed for being as small as they are. They're really, really detailed, and I just love everything about this bottle. I think it's gorgeous. Well, somebody found this. I still need to get this tape. I mean, can you guys believe it's been years and I have still not gotten that dumb tag off the back? Somebody found this at off Saks Fifth Avenue. They were selling it on Mercari. I'm telling you guys, I have found some amazing gems on Mercari, and I don't think I paid that much for this. This is a beautiful, warm, kind of slightly spiced tuberose. It's gorgeous. I love this fragrance. I couldn't believe it when I found it. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting that bottle for years, and it was like 400 pounds when it first came out, which is like $600 when it first came out. And I was like, there's no way I would pay that for an Alexander McQueen perfume. And so I remember when I saw it on Mercari, I snatched it up in a hot second. I don't even know what I paid for this, but it wasn't that much. I want to say it was definitely under $50. But yeah, this is a unicorn in my collection now. I don't know how widely available this one is anymore. I tend to think that this one's difficult to find. But for me, it's a unicorn because I had been wanting it for so long. So anyways, that is Alexander McQueen Parfum. Next, I've got a Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance. This is Jean Paul Gaultier Squared, or Gaultier 2, whatever you want to call it. This is a beautiful amber perfume. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous like vanilla and amber fragrance. I love it. It's really, really sweet, very warm, pretty simple, but there's nothing else out there that smells like this except for a Ted Lapidus perfume called Altamir. It is an identical clone to this fragrance. So if this is a perfume that you are interested in or that you've been wanting, definitely check out the Ted Lapidus. I have a decant of the Ted Lapidus that somebody sent me a long time ago, and I have tested them side by side, and they are literally 99.9% identical. And the Ted Lapidus one is like in the $20 range. So yeah, this is a beautiful perfume. This for me is an absolute unicorn. I'm so glad I have it. I've heard rumors that they're going to be re-releasing this perfume, which would be amazing. Hopefully they don't mess with the formulation too much because this formulation is perfection. I just love this fragrance so much. So yeah, that is a unicorn for me. I think that this is pretty difficult to find at this point. You can probably still find bottles on eBay, which is where I had to find my bottle. But I found my bottle years ago. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what the market's looking like for this one anymore, but yeah, this is a unicorn in my collection. So anyways, this is Jean Paul Gaultier Squared, or Gaultier 2. Okay, next I've got an Escada fragrance. This is Escada Moon Sparkle, and it's funny because if you would have told me, I don't know, 12 or 13 years ago that I would be talking about this perfume on my YouTube channel and talking about how it's a unicorn, I would have laughed, because this was a perfume that I picked up at TJ Maxx. I had a 1 ounce bottle. This is a 1.7 ounce bottle. And yeah, I loved it back then. It was one of my perfumes that I rotated with Stella and Hypnotic Poison and probably a few other fragrances. But yeah, I love this. This is Escada Moon Sparkle. This is like flowers and berries and musks, and it's stunning. I love this. I always love, this was my going out perfume most of the time because it's such a fun, like youthful, sweet fragrance. And I always liked this one so much better than any other Escada that come in these kind of bottles, like the Island Vibes and those kind of Escadas. I haven't been the hugest fan just because a lot of them are fruity, and I'm not a huge fan of fruity perfumes. This one is more like, it is a little bit fruity, but this one is more fruity, like berry fruity, like berries and sweet florals and musks. I just love it. Somebody sent this bottle to me because she had 2 bottles, and I was so excited to have this in my collection. Yeah, it's definitely a unicorn. This one I know is very, very difficult to find. So yeah, this is one of my unicorns. So that is Escada Moon Sparkle. Okay, next we have a Stella perfume. This is Stella Rose Absolute. This one was a unicorn when I bought it. And when saying that, I mean, I paid unicorn prices for this one. This is a perfume that I had been wanting to find a bottle of for so long. And oh my gosh, I had been keeping my eye on eBay for years for a bottle of this. And the prices were like not getting better. They were just getting worse. And so I finally bit the bullet at like $180, I think, for this. I had to have it because I knew that if I didn't just pay that then, and I've had this for probably 5 years now, but I knew if I didn't just pay that then, that it was just going to keep getting worse and that I would never get my hands on it. I love this. It smells like the original formulation of Stella. It's perfection. I mean, absolute perfection. I need to start using this more. I don't use it a ton because it was so expensive and it's such a unicorn in my collection, but I need to start using it because I've got nearly a full bottle and there's no reason to ration this, like none. So yeah, I'm gonna start wearing this one more. I think I need to, like, I wanna keep it in its box because the box kind of protects it, but I forget about it because it's in a box. Yeah, this is one of my absolute, like, prized unicorn perfumes. So anyways, that is Stella Rose Absolute. Okay, next we've got some Guerlains. I've got more Guerlains than just these 3, but these are the 3 that are really, really hard to find and have become very, very expensive if you can even find them. The first one is Eau de Shalimar. And this one, my beautiful friend Jennifer sent this over to me. We swapped, and it is just the weirdest thing ever. I don't know what it is in these Shalimar perfumes that turns bright yellow, but my Eau de Shalimar is turning bright yellow, and I store these perfumes in a dark, temperature controlled hutch. So they never see light, they never get overheated, but this is turning like lime green. I mean, you can see my Parfum Initial is starting to turn yellow. It's not even pink anymore, it's orange. And trust me, eventually this will turn bright yellow. It's the weirdest thing. But yes, the bottle, what we swapped was I had 2 bottles of Parfums Initial. She had 2 bottles of Eau de Shalimar. So I sent her a bottle of Parfums Initial and she sent me a bottle of Eau de Shalimar. The bottle of Parfum Initial that I sent her smelled perfect, but it had turned bright yellow. It's the weirdest. But anyways, there's something in it. But yeah, Eau de Shalimar is stunning. It's citruses and vanilla, and you still have that beautiful light Shalimar DNA, but Eau de Shalimar has iris in it, so it's a little bit powdery. It's gorgeous. If you have Parfum Initial, I don't think that you need this because they're so similar. But if you're like a Guerlain lover like I am, then you feel like you have to have them all. I love this. I hoard this because this one truly is almost impossible to find. This one is a true unicorn. Absolutely. And I'm so grateful to Jennifer because I would not have this if it weren't for her. Because even back then, we did that swap years ago, and even back then, I couldn't find a bottle of this anywhere. So this is a true unicorn. So anyways, that is Guerlain Eau de Shalimar. And then of course my Guerlain Shalimar Parfum Initial. I love this. It's funny because I bought this bottle because the first bottle I bought, like I said, had turned bright yellow, and I knew that it smelled completely fine, but I wasn't totally sure. So I went ahead and bought a second bottle because back when I picked these up, you could find them on Mercari for, you know, it was really easy to find them, and people were still pricing them decently. So I just went ahead and picked up a second bottle just to make sure. And yes, they both smelled exactly the same. Both bottles were perfectly fine, but that one was just in a further advanced stage of turning yellow than this one is. This one is about halfway there though. Mark my words, in about a year, this will probably be bright yellow. It's wild. But yeah, I love this. This is Shalimar, but this one is much more vanilla heavy. It doesn't have the iris in it the way, I don't believe this one has the iris in it the way that the Eau de Shalimar does. But this one is a really vanilla heavy Shalimar. It's gorgeous. I forget about this one too. And I need to pull this out and give it some love because it's phenomenal. It's so good. So anyways, that is, and I think this has gotten way more difficult to find now. So anyways, that is Shalimar Parfum Initial. And then the last Guerlain is, I've got Guerlain My Insolence. This one, I've got a backup bottle of this, thank goodness, because I burned through this fragrance. This was about 3/4 of the way full when I first got it. I picked this one up and my backup bottle. Well, I picked this one up first. I found them both on Mercari. This one was already getting really, really difficult to find this perfume back when I did find it. But whoever listed this had it listed for a really good price. I want to say like $25. I could not believe it. I snatched it up as soon as I found it. And then after I got it in the mail and I fell in love with it so hard, I didn't go looking for a backup bottle, but I just happened to be scrolling through Mercari again one day, and I found a new in-box bottle that somebody was selling, and she had like multiple, I want to say she had 2 or 3 of them, so I'm guessing she found them at some kind of a, you know, discount store, and then just grabbed all of them and listed them on Mercari. She listed that brand new in-box one. They were such a good price too. I want to say I paid less than $50 for it. I want to say I paid maybe $45 for the brand new in-box one, which is my backup bottle. So I can't believe I got them for such a good price. I had some people in Canada telling me though that they still can find this in some of the perfume shops up there. So if you guys can still find this, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love this. It's really, really similar to French Kiss from Guerlain. It's beautiful, but yeah, this to me is an absolute unicorn because it's gotten very, very difficult to find at this point, and it's become very, very expensive. So anyways, that is Guerlain My Insolence. Okay, next I have a Mugler fragrance. This is Mugler Alien Essence Absolue. This is another unicorn. This one is really, really difficult to find. This bottle is so old. You can see like it's gotten so dark, like syrup, like root beer. But yeah, it's a really beautiful vanilla heavy Alien. It smells really similar to Alien, and I also had a taste of fragrance, Alien A Taste of Fragrance, but it was so similar to this one, I didn't feel like I needed that as well, so I hung on to my Alien Essence Absolue, and I decluttered the taste of fragrance because, again, it smelled so similar to this. In fact, I felt like it was the same exact fragrance, just in a different bottle with a different name. But yeah, I absolutely love this. This is one, I wear this a couple times a year. I don't necessarily ration this one, but Alien, I have to really be in the mood to wear an Alien perfume as it is. And I'm usually only really in the mood to wear Alien, I don't know, maybe 4 times a year or so. I really love it. It smells amazing. And this one is really good because this is like Alien, but like I said, with a ton of vanilla in it. And I've heard that Dior has an amazing clone of Alien Essence Absolue, which is good to know in case I ever run out of this. So anyways, that is Mugler Alien Essence Absolue. Ooh, next we have a Lancome fragrance. This is Lancome Lavandes Trianon. I almost missed the boat on this. I had completely forgotten about trying to track down a bottle of this until somebody sent me a decant, and thankfully as soon as I got that decant I was like, oh my gosh, I need to see if I can find that before it's totally gone. And one of the Canadian websites, I can't remember which one, I think it was fragrancebuy.ca, I'm pretty sure it was Fragrance Buy, that had this perfume for a very good price. It was a really good price. It was like maybe $114 or something. But I'm so glad that I got it before it disappeared, because this one has disappeared and it's very hard to find. It's an amazing lavender and vanilla fragrance, and it's like 3 or 4 different kinds of lavender. So it's not medicinal smelling at all. It's almost a powdery lavender. And then it's like a crystallized vanilla, so it's sweet. Yeah, it's like a sweet vanilla and like a slightly powdery lavender perfume. It's amazing. It's an absolute beast. Like, this bottle will last me the rest of my life because it's a huge bottle and you only need a couple sprays of this, like 2 sprays and you're good. I love it. I just love it. And I'm so happy to have it in my collection. It's absolutely a unicorn for me. I'm very happy to have it. So anyways, that is Lancome Lavandes Trianon. Okay, next we have a Valentino fragrance. This is Valentino Donna Acqua. This is definitely a unicorn. This perfume has become almost impossible to find. I had a mini of this, and after I got the mini, because I think it was already becoming really difficult to find and really expensive when I finally got around to this one. So I picked up a mini because I was like, I'm not gonna pay a ton of money for something I don't know if I'm gonna like or not. So I got a mini and I fell in love with it, and then I had to go on the hunt for this bottle. I found this on either Mercari or eBay. At the time, this perfume was really, really expensive. I don't know, I can't totally remember what I paid for this, but I wanna say it was like in the $40 range. I found a really good deal on it. So thankfully, Generic Perfumes, the oil company out of Kuwait, they make a dupe oil for this. And I have that dupe oil and it smells identical to the perfume. So if you're somebody who wants this perfume but you can't find it, definitely check out Generic, because their clone oil is spot on and it's like $7. So $6, $7. It's amazing. So anyways, that is Valentino Donna Acqua. And then last but not least, this is actually a really similar fragrance to Donna Acqua. This is Ralph Lauren Tender Romance. And oh my gosh, I love this one. This is like a warmer pear fragrance. It's warmer and it's a little less sweet than Donna Acqua, but this is a gorgeous kind of warm pear fragrance. I love this one. This is one that I didn't even know. I'm just so lucky that I got this when I did, because this is a fragrance that I would have just let completely pass me by. I really was not into any of the into any of the perfumes in the romance line. And because I'd never liked any of them that much. And I heard Melissa, I can't even remember her last name. I don't know if she's even doing YouTube videos anymore. She might be. But anyways, her name is Melissa. She's got really beautiful curly hair. She was here on YouTube. And she had a huge bottle of this, like a 5-ounce bottle of this that she found at a TJ Maxx one time. And she was talking about how this was like her most reached for perfume in her collection. She just loved it so much. And so I went on the hunt for it. And when I went on the hunt for it, it was already getting very difficult to find and very expensive. And again, I found my bottle on, I want to say I found this on eBay for, it wasn't very expensive, like maybe $25 at the time. This was the best priced one I could find. It's just a little 1-ounce bottle, but that's fine. I'm just happy to have it. And I'm so glad I didn't sleep on this and let it disappear because it's an amazing fragrance. And it's a unicorn because it is very, very hard to find. And if you can find it, it's expensive usually. So anyways, that is Ralph Lauren Tender Romance. And that is gonna be it, guys. Those are most of the unicorn perfumes that I've got in my collection. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.